Welcome to another episode of Married with Video Games. I'm your host, Matthew.
I'm your host, Christina.
And we played the Alan Wake 2 DLC, Night Springs.
Oh, hold on. It went away. Hold on. You couldn't see us dancing during that, but all we were doing was dancing.
Yeah, so please don't sue, and hopefully you're okay with us using this song for our intro.
The first 20 seconds of Night Springs.
For intro to our podcast, Sam Lake, we appreciate you.
If he ever listens to this, which would be wonderful.
We'll just tag you, and if you listen, wonderful. If not, also wonderful.
We'll find you in Finland in 2 years.
Yes, and then we'll hug you and force you to listen to it at that point.
And then get a coffee.
Coffee. As long as we can do the coffee meme, we won't force the hug.
Coffee meme. I like that he started his own meme.
Sam Lake is just a meme of everything.
He truly is. I like...
The most wonderful man of all time.
Somebody's comment was, he shows up at Summer Game Fest, does the Herald of Darkness dance, announces a physical copy of the game, says the DLC will be available within 24 hours, and pieces out like none of that was a big deal.
That's very true. He was just kind of there and gone.
Yes.
It was
Sam
wonderful. Lake. So I will quickly read the overall synopsis here, and then we'll kind of talk about this super duper amazing, overly fun, ridiculous DLC. The different stories told in the Twilight Zone style, aka Night Springs. You play as Rose, Jesse Faden, and Sean Ashmore. Is that his last name? I actually said that correct?
It is.
Each with their own objective in Night Springs. Will the outcomes of their stories be for the better? Find out in this episode of Night Springs.
So doing my research today, none of them are never actually named. So Rose is the waitress.
That's true.
Jesse is the sibling. And Sean Ashmore, a.k.a. Iceman, is the actor.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
But they do say their names in them at different points.
Yeah, Sam Lake is also in the Sean Ashmore episode as himself.
Yes, I think Rose is referred to her at one point. At least I thought she was.
I don't know.
Maybe not. I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't think Jessie was.
Jessie was not, but she has her little spirit guide from...
We know who she is.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So
she's not the one with copyright infringement if they get too close to it.
Yeah, that's true. Oh,
so.
That's really funny. Alan Wake 2 DLC Night Springs came out on June 8th, 2024. We played it on PS5. Going forward, I'm just going to call this Night Springs.
That's fine. Alan Wake 2 DLC Night Springs.
That's
you don't
right.
want to say that every time?
I do. But no,
I
will
do.
not. I do.
As our child would say.
And I wrote Escape the Dark Place here.
So Metacritic only has it listed for the Xbox, and there are no critic reviews for it, but there are 8 user reviews, and it has a 100.
Okay, that's fair.
So I did pull a quote from the Epic Game Store, has an article like on the DLC. They did an interview with some of the developers at Remedy about it, so I did at least grab that because I thought it was very interesting. There's actually a lot of interviews. I guess they did like a press preview of the DLC that, had an embargo on it until it came out, so there was a lot that came out from that. Anyway, quote from the Epic Game Store article: Remedy's tone is established in part by the intrinsic fourth wall nudging that comes from knowingly looking back on its history as a studio, a choice that acknowledges a body of work that extends outside of Alan Wake itself. Control began to draw clear lines connecting the characters and events of past Remedy games, and Alan Wake 2 took it even further, with Control's supernatural researchers showing up to investigate the strange events in Bright Falls. When asked how the team decides which aspects of its history to draw from, Murphy said that, quote, sometimes the story makes the decision to look backward for us. In Control, for example, the idea of a government agency investigating bizarre phenomena made it obvious that someone like Alan Wake would be on their radar. In Alan Wake 2, a story heavily featuring echoes and different versions of reality, it felt natural to look at bringing in elements from Remedy's past to help tell that story. In the hands of another studio, these kinds of character crossovers might feel cynical, like a cheap appeal to fan recognition or brand-expanding universe building. But even with an expansion like Night Springs, which takes a more relaxed and dreamlike approach to character cameos, the choices feel fully considered and better earned.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was very nice.
So I'm assuming we don't really have any positive or negative.
No, that was just a quote that I grabbed.
That's a very good one, actually.
And then I liked the headline at GameSpot. Their headline for it was, Alan Wake 2's Night Springs DLC is somehow even weirder than the base game.
They're very strange. So we're going to preface with a somewhat of a spoiler. This is
it's
not
all
even
spoilers.
Not even talked about in the game, though.
That's our dog barking at nothing.
He literally is barking at nothing, everyone. Hold on. All right.
I will let everyone know, as Matthew goes out to yell at him, that my anticipation for this game was fantastic on Friday, and then all day today I have very much been Milhouse when his parents tell him that they're kind of getting back together. And they say, don't get your hopes up. And he says, I won't. And they say, well, maybe a little. And he's like, they're already up. They're sky high. That is me again with my love of Alan Wake. So I'm going to try to keep it chill on this podcast.
So these 3 stories, I'm just going to throw the only negative comment I have out of the way. They're too short.
I would agree.
They're too short. I think that they wrap themselves up nicely. They do what they're supposed to do. I could have used another hour with each of them and been really happy.
I think the Rose one, the first one, was a good length because it was very campy and like almost a little too over the top, like in a good fanficky way. My least favorite was actually the Jesse Faden one. That one was definitely too short. I have a thought on that I'll come to when we get there. And then they probably could have used maybe another half an hour in the Iceman one for sure. But that one was probably the best out of all of them. But that one feels like it has a lot more implications for the future of the Remedyverse, even if it was more tongue-in-cheek than anything.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I would say that's fair. So let's go into each of them. But in my opinion, I still felt they were all too short.
That has been the main complaint, like going through Reddit threads. The main complaint from people is that they're too short, and then one person had only played the first 2, so not the Iceman one, and they're like, these are really dumb, and I don't understand the point of them. And then they played the third one, and they're like, okay, that one was better, but it didn't make up for the first 2.
I don't know if I mentioned it, but these are failed attempts for Alan to get out of the dark place.
Yes, these are his like attempts before Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, so all of these take place before Alan Wake 2.
It's him trying to write himself out, like Alexander Hamilton.
Thank you so much for that. So I'm going to give a synopsis for each of these, and then we're going to just kind of dive into a topic. It's going to be a little bit different, because usually I do one synopsis, but there's 3 episodes. Yes. So, number 1 fan. You play as Rose, Alan Wake's number 1 fan. She starts her day off at her diner, only to be whisked away on an adventure to save Alan from his twin, slightly less handsome brother. She can make it in time. Can she make it in time, or will the wolf bite her before she can make it to Alan in this rom-com horror show? I think that's the best way to surmise this. It's like a rom-com.
Yes,
horror.
It is very much
or horror
if
rom-com.
A 14-year-old super fan of someone wrote themselves into a fanfic about trying to save the writer, as he's called in this one.
It is so funny.
It is so over the top, and I think my absolute favorite is when you're fighting the estranged twin brother, and he's like, I'm also a werewolf.
He turns into a wolf.
And then he turns into a werewolf, and then like 2 minutes later he's like, my bike is also a werewolf.
And the motorcycle
turns into a werewolf. Then you're fighting 2 wolves, which we hated the wolves in Alan Wake 2. So it was just wonderful. Like over the top, like towed that perfect line of like, it was really funny in a way that, like, again, if you were writing a fanfic of yourself into this universe, like if I was 14 and had this obsession, this would absolutely be something I'd write in my diary.
We found this hysterical.
It was so funny.
I'm going to throw out a question to you, and I think I already know the answer. If you had no clue about Alan Wake 2, would you find this funny?
It would still be pretty funny. Like when she is in the boatyard And the strange brother is like, I hid your precious writer away. What are you going to do about it? And she's like, I have a shotgun. He's like, you have a... Wait, that's a real shotgun? I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. Like, it's still funny without knowing much of it because it kind of draws on, like, those over-the-top tropes.
I also think you in particular might find it funnier than most people because of how you write.
That was someone squealing outside. Our window's open.
Okay, I was like,
yes,
that's not our son.
It's not our son. The monitor, he has not moved.
Well, he's out cold.
At all.
So,
being a writer, yeah, I think I definitely appreciate it more.
I found this chapter hysterical, though, too, just because I know the background from everything and just how over the top her character is and how obsessive she is in the actual game.
And this is Rose after the first Alan Wake, not even her in Alan Wake 2, where she's like, I've been getting all your messages.
Which is funny because that might mean she's got a message before.
That is true.
But are these technically supposed to be alternate universes? They were failed
attempts at him. So, yeah, these are all...
And one of these attempts, he's hanging out with her.
I do kind of hope there's another podcast that comes out with Matthew Peretta about the DLCs because I feel like he had such a good time playing the Strange Brother. Like, it was just different enough from his Alan Wake voice that you knew it wasn't the same character.
He did a really good job, and I really enjoyed Warland Dorr. What's the actor's name? I'm terrible.
We did this the last time.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Is it David... not Blakemore. That's Sean Ashmore. I'm just going to pause and look it up. Hold, please. David Harewood.
Yeah, she remembered it after she paused. She remembered it as soon as she started typing it. So
yes, and he
was amazing.
He's amazing, and he has a ton of fun with this role. If you have not, I made you kind of watch this too.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, he was
this podcast Behind the Voice got him, Sam Lake, Matthew Peretta, and Ilka Villi, like, all on his podcast to talk about it. And the David Harewood is actually really good, where, like, he basically confirms that he stepped into this role because, what's his name died?
Mr. Wick. Not John Wick.
Not John
Wick, but the guy who played
the Silence in Horizon Forbidden.
Why can't it's not is it Lawrence something? I'm gonna be really mad at myself again.
Is it bad at this.
Lance Reddick?
Lance Reddick, yes, there we go.
I remembered it as I was typing.
So we're both on the same page. So he basically confirmed, like, he stepped into this.
He didn't say his name.
He didn't say his name, but basically said he stepped into this, and, like, he was getting on a call and was like, oh, I'm going to be in this video game with Remedy, whatever. And he's, like, literally 30 seconds before the phone call, he was like, oh crap, this is Remedy Entertainment. This is Max Payne. Like, Sam Lake got on the call, and he's like, holy crap, you are Max Payne. Like, he is a huge fan. So you can tell, like, he had so much fun with this role for so many reasons.
It was awesome.
Yes.
It was very good.
Yes.
So everybody was awesome, and there was a lot of crossover between... Rose is the only one that didn't really have any other character crossovers other than Alan.
Correct.
But let's dive into... Did you have any other things you want to say about the Rose DLC? It's pretty straightforward. You make your way from Night Springs.
Yes. Knight's Diner rather than the Oh Dear Diner. Mm-hmm. And then you to the boatyard and then up to his mansion.
So rather than Brightfall, you're in Night Springs.
You're in Night Springs for all of these. No, we can move on to North Star.
North Star. So you play as Jesse Faden, the sibling, who is searching for her brother while tracking the hidden agency who has him. She tracks him down to the Coffee World theme park, but something crazy is happening there and she must work quickly. Everything is percolating in this suspense-filled horror story adventure.
I just realized it's called North Star because Polaris is the thing that helps her. Yep. No. Okay. These mother truckers.
I have a question.
Yes.
I labeled, so spoiler everyone, I labeled Timebreaker as sci-fi horror.
I'd agree with that.
I said suspense horror for this one, but what would you call this one?
This would be, I would say, suspense horror.
Or like a
although
cult
it does
horror.
kind of gets a little sci-fi
at the end
because it's, I guess, kind of aliens that were putting the coffee.
They very much marry it very much melded her brother from Control with Alan Wake at the end of it. So
Yeah.
it was kind of wild.
Yes, and yeah, her brother is Alan Wake at the end because somebody's theory is that like he gets wind of her story somehow in the dark place and is like, okay, trying to find her brother. You can try to find me. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's a failed attempt.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Kind of wild.
This one just felt like it wrapped up a little too quickly for me. Like you beat it in like less than 40 minutes, I feel like.
It was pretty fast.
There wasn't too much to do. It was cool because you had Sean Ashmore's character, Tim Breaker. He was there, so you got to talk with him, and you could kind of tell that he was having fun with this too.
Oh, he was having so much fun with his roles.
Yes.
Oh, Sean Ashmore, you're so good with
I
this.
know. It's wonderful.
And I think is it Courtney Hope?
We're so bad with names. I believe it's Courtney Hope. She just won a daytime Emmy for The Young and the Restless?
Yeah, Courtney Hope.
Is it The Young and the Restless?
I think so.
Okay.
But
The Bold and the Beautiful. It's not Days of Our Lives. That's the only one I know.
So either way, they were excellent with one another, and they make reference to other games and stuff in Timebreaker, but we'll cut to that in a minute. But you go to this coffee world. It's at night, kind of like the coffee world in the game. But this time it's really dark. Like it's no lights, and you're going through it, and it's the cult is the coffee cult.
Yes. What is the
dark
coffee?
triad?
Dark triangle coffee. Dark triangle coffee.
Dark triangle coffee is what it is, and they if you drink the coffee, it takes you over, and there's a video that
there's a training video that also possesses you, but Polaris saves her from.
This one had the most close gameplay to Alan Wake 2. You use the flashlight to break them. You do that in Timebreaker. I'm yawning, sorry.
Yawn.
You do that in Timebreaker as well, but in this one particularly, it felt the most like that to me. And then when you are in Roses, there was no flashlight. You just kind of blast with a automatic shotgun or the rifle, and you're just blasting away as quickly as possible. In this one, it felt most like you were playing as Saga.
Yeah,
This
I would
had
agree
more
with that.
Saga, whereas Sean Ashmore felt like more like you were playing as Alan through the dark place.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And they also touched on various spots in the original game, which was cool, but it also, it kind of made sense for Alan because he visited all those places, so it made sense writing-wise. Mm-hmm. So it was short, but what else do you have to say about this one?
So, apparently, one of the DLCs was supposed to be around Agent Alex Casey.
Okay.
But James McCaffrey died. My theory is that, not that they had to cobble together this one, but that this was kind of a little more of a rushed replacement.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, because Jesse's in the Timebreaker episode.
Yes.
So, you didn't need a full episode around her. This was still very cool to kind of tie in Control a little bit more. But a comment that I found on Reddit said that if you go into, the information on your PC, the Mr. Door audio clips that introduce each episode were in the base game files with a total of 5. 3 are in the DLC, 2 aren't. The DLC ends with "In loving memory of James McCaffrey" and a voice line that wasn't present in the main game, signaling that his chapter and another was cut in respect of his passing. Now, they did say it could also be saved for the Lake House, but the ending of the DLC implies that they didn't go ahead with Casey's chapter because they put that 30-second clip of him talking in there at the end, which both of us were like, oh, that was really nice.
Yeah.
Because you can tell he had a lot of fun playing Agent Casey in this game.
He was super in, because the roles were written for him.
Yes.
Every once in a while.
It's so good. It's so good. So I thought that was very interesting. And that would have been really cool to have an hour-long DLC of Agent Casey.
I wish there was 5 episodes in this.
Right?
I think I would complain less about the length if I had
if there were
more
5
of them too.
4 or 5. If there was an additional one where you played as Casey, or you, before we watched the preview for it on Friday at the Summer Game Fest, you were like, I hope we could play as Barry.
Oh, that'd be so awesome. I'm so sad Barry wasn't in the game.
He could still be in the Lake House.
Only hoping.
I have things about that, but we can wait until the end. So, yes, that was my comment on my theory for not that it felt cobbled together, but it just kind of was like...
It was well done.
It was.
It was just very short.
Very short, and they're all relatively straightforward. Like you said, you're on a very linear path. Like, you tried to explore every nook and cranny, and there were not many nooks and crannies.
No, you weren't walking off the path on any of them.
Nope.
You were stuck in on rails, as the way we refer it to when you have only one way you can go. But that was okay here. It was actually kind of nice for not having to look every nook and cranny to find secrets. I could just go through, and all the achievements were pretty easy. Even the Rose one, where you had to blow up 3 guys, I got it on the second try. I tried it for it, so it wasn't too bad. It was good. I just loved Control so much that I was just happy to do something with Jesse Faden.
Yes. Well, everybody's like waiting for Control 2, and like the FBC shows up in Alan Wake 2.
The problem is they're going to do the Lake House DLC, and we're all going to be just chomping at the bits.
Yep.
And then we know Max Payne is coming out next.
And then Control.
And I really want to do a Timebreaker game, which we're going to jump into Timebreaker now, because unless you have anything else.
I do not.
Okay. Timebreaker. Let me read this, and then I want to talk about Timebreaker, because I got stuff to say.
You read. I'm going to take a sip of water.
Okay. Shawn Ashmore is playing his role in the new video game, Timebreaker. He soon finds out that the role is real, and he is actually being stalked by a multi-dimensional being named Mr. Door. In his quest to stop Mr. Door, he makes many stops to many different realities. Can Shawn, the actor, find Mr. Door and stop him from hunting him down, or will he become one of Door's Timebreakers, a shadowy zombie at his service? Find out in Timebreaker, the sci-fi horror episode of Nice Springs.
Yeah, they also call him... They never say Mr. Door. They always call him Door. And then they also call him... Was it Master of Many Worlds?
Master of Many Worlds,
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so he's a... It really does feel like he's stalking you.
Yeah, it's very, very creepy.
So the big premise of this is your selves are being killed, and you keep finding your bodies after they're being killed by him. Mm-hmm. And he's taking over the ones that he defeats and turning them into the Timebreakers. So I had some theories, and I had some other stuff, and one of them I discussed with you already is, in the dark place are the shadowy figures, Mr. Doors,
alternate or
all Timebreaker, quote unquote, but for people that are captured in the dark place. Probably. Is he an overarching like villain through all the things, well, is he truly evil, or is he just evil in the concept of how Alan wrote him there? Because he said at one point in there that in one of the scripts in Alan Wake 2, he said he allowed Alan to write him into the story.
Yes.
Meaning he could have chosen not to do it.
Correct.
Which is crazy.
Yes.
And also finding out that Alan is a master of many worlds as well is another interesting thing. But we kind of figured that out towards the end of Alan Wake 2.
Yeah. I could read these 2 paragraphs from the GameSpot article.
Do it. Let's do it. Oh, I would love that.
Perhaps no episode feels more fan service driven than the sci-fi flavored Timebreaker, which also perfectly illustrates just how meta this DLC will be. In it, players take on the role of actor Shawn Ashmore. Yes, he's playing himself, who portrays a character named the Actor, who is an echo of Tim Breaker from Alan Wake 2, who himself is, fans would argue anyway, an echo of Quantum Break's Jack Joyce. In this episode, the actor, quote, must track down the Master of Many Worlds and prevent him from murdering the many versions of the actor existing throughout space-time. To a lore obsessive like me, whoever wrote this article, sorry I didn't look at your name, that surely reads like allusions to Jack Joyce and Martin Hatch, now all but confirmed to be Alan Wake 2's Warland Door, and one possible reading of the text that could make Timebreaker a quasi-continuation or even epilogue to Quantum Break, an IP that Remedy can't actually work with, but still ripples out into current Remedy Connected Universe stories. But the team says, squint as some fans may, to see such a closing chapter for Jack Joyce, that's not exactly what's going on. They're always going to kind of toy around with that because they can't, because Microsoft and Xbox own.
My theory is that he will be heavily included in Control 2.
Probably.
and he probably will be in the Lake House DLC in some form or manner, even if it's just videos of him from the dark place.
Yeah.
That's kind of my thought process there. But, I don't know.
I mean, in all of his whiteboards stuck in the dark place, he keeps talking about the redheaded woman, which is also on one of his whiteboards that he finds in this episode of the
and
DLC.
She shows up.
And she shows up.
But she's not Jessie from Control. She's from the reality something or other in there.
There was a lot of
acronyms.
Yes. We haven't even talked about...
I think it was the RAC.
We haven't even talked about Sam Lake in this.
Sam Lake, oh my gosh, Sam Lake was just playing himself.
He was just playing himself. Part of me was like, he was an over-the-top version, but no, if you've ever watched anything with him, that was just him.
That's just his mind.
That's just his mind.
Exploding. I think they just let him monologue. He probably didn't have to do anything. They just let him go. Like, just whatever you think you would say in this scenario.
Yes. Literally. It's so wonderful. Just see if you can find a clip of it online
just the Finnish
and watch
accent
it. It is. Yeah. Harkens back to my heavy hockey days in the 2008 to 2013.
They allude to Beth and Jack.
Yes.
Their romantic interest that they held for one another.
I don't even remember that.
Remember, she said that those feelings you have for me are something from a distant...
Oh, yes. Okay, I missed that. So
those feelings you're
Ben
feeling...
also distracted us in the middle of this TLC episode because he decided to send me a video and ask, what song is this from Mario?
And he was humming it, so yeah, it was distracting.
If anyone needs to know, it's the Hammer Brothers song from Super Mario Brothers 3 on the SNES.
I knew it, and then I talked myself out of it being that because I couldn't find the song in the Super Mario Brothers 3. But as he was humming, I'm like, that's Super Mario Brothers 3. Then I'm like, it can't be a Mario game if it's not from here.
Yes.
And then I just didn't listen to one of the songs long enough, so...
Yep.
Darn it me. It's not Alan Wake. Oh, night spring. I listen to that song at least twice a day now.
I listened to it once today, and then also Herald of Darkness.
I got Pete humming the beat, even though he didn't know he was humming, because I was just singing it so much.
I played it for Scott today, because it's very much like, could be like a song of summer. It's one that you, like, blast with all the windows down while you're going down the street.
Very much. I was listening it up 30 feet in the air, but yes.
Just yelling wherever you... And night spring.
It was great. It was very fun. So this one... You're traveling through the different realities. Mr. Door is stalking you as you're going basically through different versions. Like you go through the Ocean View Hotel. They take you through a 2D side-scroller shooter, like an old school.
That was excellent.
They take you to like something that feels like it was right out of control. Mm-hmm. One time you were in a comic book and doing a whole dialogue through a comic book.
Yeah, you're just like panel by panel, and then... It's the writing adventure, like the old school
text-based writing.
Text-based.
And you select an option at the end.
Like there's a strong bad email like that too.
As far as you can tell, people can tell there's only one outcome.
Yeah, you can change the story because you're trying to get to the Master of Many Worlds. You can change what happens in the story, but the ending is always the same. When you finally track down the door, quote unquote, it leads you to the writer.
So you always
Alan Wake in his office, because again, this is him trying to escape the dark place.
Yeah, so the story changes, but you always end up in the same spot. I really enjoyed this one. I am just torn because I like Jesse Faden so much that I was like this. But I actually thought this was awesome. And on Sean Mashmore's Twitter, someone was like, Time Breaker video game? And he's like, I'm so down.
You could tell he had a lot of fun with this.
Yeah, he was doing his role really well, including talking to... there's a point where he was like, I'm me?
Don't jerk me around.
That was really, really funny. Overall, just solid first one. My hopes for the Lake House that it's a more substantial, longer... I think it's going to be a more substantial, longer length DLC.
So I grabbed what Remedy has listed at their website for the Alan Wake FAQ. Mm-hmm. So they said, what can you tell us about the Lake House expansion? Answer, not much. For starters, it's coming in October. The lake house is a mysterious facility situated on the shores of Cauldron Lake, set up by an independent government organization to conduct secret research until something goes wrong. Explore the lake house and embark on an adventure as the realities of the Pacific Northwest and the dark place collide again.
Okay.
Everybody kind of feels like that will... It's probably not gonna have different episodes. It'll probably be, I'd say, 3 to 5 hours.
I hope.
And that would feel a little better than like 3 little mini bites.
Yeah, I would. If I got 5 to 10, I'd be really happy. Through collectibles and everything, I'd be really happy.
Yeah, if you did not buy the deluxe edition of this game, the DLCs are on sale right now for $16 instead of $20. And it gets you both of them. So you get Night Springs now, and then you would get the Lake House in October.
So, yes, for the price, just for the first one, it would be too much, in my opinion.
I'd say the $16 would be kind of towing the line if you paid the full $20.
Yeah,
probably not worth it.
Not for that, but the fact that you're getting another DLC later, it'll be fine. I think it's gonna be, and we're kind of nerds and obsessed with it.
I just told you I'm Millhouse. They're sky high. They're through the roof.
I have a prediction.
Okay.
That you won't do this the whole time, but you'll start off the DLC playing as Dr. Darling.
Oh my gosh. I just love everything
because he ends up in the dark place.
He does, and he meets Tom Zane.
So this could be before he ends up in the dark place.
He's going to conduct more of his research because he's on the radios too.
Yeah, so imagine him being all the puzzle things that you're doing with the Straw Dolls as Saga, and you get the radio calls and stuff like that. Imagine that transfers and becomes when that's something that's happening in the background while you're doing the dark, going through that.
Just give Matthew Peretta all of the voice acting jobs.
All of them.
All of them. Him and Troy Baker, because his Indiana Jones is just top notch.
All right. All things considered.
I don't know.
What's your score?
What's your score?
I give this a 9.5.
Okay, that's what I was thinking too. I don't think it's a 10.
If it was, give me a half hour longer each, and it would be a 10. I just wanted more time.
Yeah, and I was a little disappointed with the Jesse Faden one.
See,
it was still really good because like Control was a very like happy surprise for us.
So the reason I like the Jesse Faden one so much is that was a lot of the puzzle solving stuff, trying to figure out things and doing stuff. I like that kind of gameplay. I don't go nuts for it, but I enjoy it. So the fact that was a lot of it there, that made it worth it. Again, if I got 30, 40 more minutes with it, I would have been a lot happier.
Yeah, you gave Control a 9. I gave it an 8. So yeah, that's about
Yeah, there's 9.5 for the DLC. It's worth it. Honest to God, people, it's worth it. If you're Alan Wake fans, if you're Remedy fans, deep dive in.
It is just, you can tell the people at Remedy were just having so much fun. Just throwing crap up at the wall to see what sticks and see what's fun.
And I just like how positive they are with the community around them. They're just super into what they do.
Yes.
Everyone there is just super into it. They just love it, and you don't hear negative things coming out of there. So for me, that's just overly thrilling to hear. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to them wrapping up Alan Wake 2 total. I really hope in the future we get at least one more Alan Wake game, like a trilogy. Even if it's way in the future, I'm still hoping for one.
I feel like probably at some point it'll be interesting to see what they do with the DLC.
Yes.
And then if anything ties into Control 2.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then go from there. I mean, it took them 13 years to make Alan Wake 2.
It was so good.
It was very good.
Oh, all right. Keep cooking, guys. Keep cooking, Remedy. We freaking love this game.
We'll stalk you all in 2026.
Yeah, and we'll be here in October. Maybe that'll be our spooky game if it comes out early enough.
That is true. That could be our spooky game for this year.
So we're at Gaming Marriage, gamingmarriage@gmail.com. If you have recommendations, I'm still playing Stellar Blade. We need a game for you. So we need suggestions.
I'm doing a giant shrug of like, I don't really know what's after Stellar Blade.
We don't have anything.
We don't have anything.
Like the Elden Ring DLC apparently is a full game. which people are saying it's 30 to 40 hours
Oh
of
my
content
gosh.
for. I mean, it's $40, but considering you're getting 40 hours,
Yeah, that's
30 to 40 hours, that's crazy. And
Well, you
apparently,
got-
there's a new leveling system, new weapons.
You didn't want to play it.
I don't, but I'm kind of like, I kind of want to play it. We'll see. We'll see where we're at, what's out, and what's going on. But I'm in. I'm interested at least.
Okay.
I piqued my interest after hearing it's that long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a game for you. I have Chrono Trigger downloaded. I might have you try that.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Scott today was trying to tell me about a fan-backed one that like did really well and then got like decent reviews. And I was like, was it an RPG? And he said, yeah. I said, was it Sea of Stars? And he said, yeah. And I said, I already played it.
That's awesome.
Yes. And then I looked up what I gave it. You gave it a 9. I gave it an 8.
It was good.
It was, yeah.
I just like the music so much, so
Well, yep.
I'm a sucker.
I know.
All right, everybody.
Bye.